whenever you're traveling, the number one way to look like a tourist, to look like you're lost and clueless, is to have your phone out. That's the number one way also to look like a target and attract unwanted attention. So I'm not saying you should never use your phone, but just use it at strategic moments. Maybe just glance at your map here and there and try to memorize the route to where you're going, just so you're not holding your phone and looking clueless while you're walking around. I'm gonna need you all to ditch the giant zoom lenses. And I know I felt a number of you all tense up when I said ditch the zoom lens, because how could you imagine possibly traveling without your trusty 24-70 lens? And I'm with you, that lens rocks, but it also screams money, it also screams tourist, and it also attracts unwanted attention. And if your goal is making street photos, then having a big zoom lens is going to attract that attention, which is going to take away from that raw and authentic moment you're looking to capture. Practice shooting from your hip. So I know a number of you all are used to making photos by utilizing the viewfinder. And listen, the viewfinder rocks, but there is a time and a place for the viewfinder. And if you can find a way to make photos in a multitude of ways, you're just more agile and more flexible. This also is the appeal of shooting with one focal length, because not only will you start to have continuity in your images, but also you'll be able to start seeing your images with your trained eye. So that way, if you kind of know how the photo is going to look before you press the shutter, then you don't always need the viewfinder to make a photo. So body language, a lot of street photographers will throw that term around, but really not elaborate on what that means. Essentially, confidence is key. And the first part of that confidence is believing that, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong by making photos. There is nothing wrong with me making photos. So when you get that mantra in your mindset of, hey, it's okay for me to make photos, I'm allowed to do this, there's nothing wrong that I'm doing, that confidence will bleed over into your images. Additionally, if you make eye contact with your subject, if they're looking at you, a small smile, a small nod goes a long, long way. In my experience, I've actually rarely had confrontation, ironically. I've never had somebody ask me to delete a photo or ask what I'm doing taking photos, but I know that it's bound to happen. So it also helps to learn a bit of the local language. So since I'm in Mexico City, just learning a phrase of like, I'm a photographer, I'm just practicing, I'm just documenting life, can really diffuse a situation before it escalates. Comfort over fashion. Oh my goodness, comfort over fashion. This is not a time for me to wear my best clothes and attract more unwanted attention to myself. So typically when I'm out traveling, I'm wearing a solid color t-shirt, some pretty comfortable and basic jeans, and some comfortable tennis shoes that can rock with me for the 20,000 plus steps that I'm typically doing on a day-to-day basis here. Anything that I can do to prolong my journey when I'm out making photos will make for a better experience. Do not carry all of your possessions. So when I'm talking possessions, I'm talking all of your cash, all of your credit cards, your passports, any key valuables. Less is more. So you can plan everything perfectly and still run into some dicey situations. So you want to try to be as preventative and as smart as possible when you're out making photos. There is rarely a reason that you should have your passport out on a day-to-day basis when you're out traveling and making photos, as well as having all of your cash. So leave that stuff at the hotel and only take what you need. Also, it'll keep you lighter and more efficient when you're out making photos, which is a win. Apply trackers and share your location. So I'm an Apple user, so it's just easy for me to use AirTags, and I've got them hidden everywhere. In my luggage, in my camera bags, and my backpack. I got them everywhere. So I highly recommend, if you're out making photos, to just throw an AirTag in there. It doesn't hurt anything. They're super small. And also share your location. just so, again, if anything happens, you're on the up and up. So there you have it. I hope that this video was helpful to you as you're out making photos. I want you all to be safe. I want you all to have fun. And so take these tips, apply them, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.